What's up guys, Justin here of YugaTech, and time again, Xiaomi never ceases to stun us every time they release an affordable flagship smartphone. No wonder why they're a crowd favorite. With the recent release of the Mi 10T lineup in the country, we've spent much time with its Pro version, the Mi 10T Pro 5G. We've only scratched the surface in our hands-on video, but now let's see what it's all about in our full review. As we previously mentioned in our hands-on, the Mi 10T Pro 5G is one premium smartphone both externally and internally. It's built with a glass back topped with a ceramic-like sheen clad in an aluminum frame. Apparently, this phone is prone to fingerprints and smudges, so it's cool that Xiaomi provided a case with the retail unit. We'd like to note something we missed to mention in our hands-on, that the screen protector and the case included in the box are antibacterial. The company claims that the case eliminates more than 99% of bacteria after 24 hours of contact. Good job, Xiaomi! This phone is also quite slippery in the hands, but we like that it comes with quite a heft at 218 grams, giving you that impression of a flagship feel. Its back and front are protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so rest assured that this phone is tough as heck. Found here at the back are its protruding triple rear cameras with that mini 108-megapixel camera label located underneath the primary lens and the Xiaomi branding and 5G logo. Located at the top left corner of the screen, we'll find the dot notch that houses the front camera, the call speaker, and a tiny LED notification indicator. The top part houses the IR blaster and a pair of noise-canceling microphones. We have the volume keys on the left side together with the power button that also functions as the fingerprint scanner. We also get some antenna bands here. Well, nothing can be found on the right side, but underneath we'll find the primary microphone, the speaker grill, the USB Type-C port, and the SIM card slot that can accommodate 2 nano SIM cards. Yes, no micro SD card slot here, as well as a 3.5mm audio port, but it's fine. The Mi 10T Pro 5G sports a huge 6.67-inch Full HD Plus dot display with support for HDR10 and 144Hz refresh rate with adaptive sync. Although utilizing an AMOLED or OLED panel would be a cherry on top, the IPS panel didn't disappoint. If you're not too nitpicky, the screen still looks great. The colors look vibrant and punchy, and details are also very sharp. The 144Hz refresh rate is buttery smooth and responsive. It's a feast for the eyes. If you want to consume less battery, we suggest that you lower the refresh rate to 90Hz, which is also equally butter. You may again go back to 60Hz. But really, would you? There's also an option to adjust the color scheme and color temperature, and if you don't like seeing that dot notch, you also have the option to hide it. Now, checking out the audio, the sound quality is good, but it's not impressive. Indeed, it does get loud and clear and comes with an ample amount of bass, but the voice tends to overpower the instrumentals most of the time. It also sounds a teeny bit muffled when you set the volume at max. You can pick a sound effect preset in the settings. You can choose from smart music, video, and voice. We usually just use the smart preset as it adapts to whatever we're watching or listening to. There's also a feature that enables you to play music with visual effects even when you turn off the screen, and we think it's pretty cool. Another feature we like and found useful is being able to access the Equalizer and customize volume based on your auditory perception when listening with your earphones or headphones on. So much sound tweaks can be done here. Running this device is MIUI 12.0.3 based on Android 10. Apart from the Oxygen OS from OnePlus, MIUI is also one of our favorite skins as it almost looks close to stock Android. We like that it didn't come with much bloatware. We only get a couple of Xiaomi proprietary apps as well as some Google apps. When using dark mode, we noticed that it doesn't look seamless with apps like Discord where you can still see the white background of the image. We also detected this while using the Messenger app. We think that it's just a minor bug, but we believe it's worth mentioning. The device also has good haptic feedback, and there's an option to adjust its level depending on your liking. For other features, it comes with a video toolbox, floating window to conveniently view your notifications, second space, and light mode for less visual clutter. When it comes to internals, the Mi 10T Pro uses the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chip coupled with an Adreno 650 GPU, 8GB of RAM, and 128GB of internal storage. What can I say? The performance is outstanding. Launching and loading apps are lightning fast and are further accentuated with the 144Hz refresh rate. We played PUBG Mobile and Genshin Impact at 144Hz with the highest possible settings, and we experienced no hiccups or frame drops at all. The phone noticeably gets hot, particularly near the camera section after a long long period of time, but not to the extent that it will burn your hands or would cause an alarm. We also noticed that it even cools down quite quickly, which is good. If you're curious, here are the benchmark scores we got. There's also the Game Turbo to improve your gaming experience. You can access this by swiping the upper corner of the screen, and it will show you various options such as frames per second count, CPU and GPU consumption, screen record, floating windows for when you want to chat while playing, screencast, and many more. For biometrics and security, the fingerprint scanner and face recognition works instantaneously. However, the face recognition doesn't work in a pitch black environment unless you set your phone's brightness to maximum. But hey, on the bright side, it can unlock your phone even if you're wearing a mask. The Mi 10T Pro comes with the usual connectivity features including Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.1, dual nano SIM, NFC, and IR blaster. As its name suggests, it is 5G ready, but connectivity will vary based on the availability of 5G in your area. Keeping this phone running is a massive 5000 mAh battery. Most of the time, we use the 90Hz, only bumping up to 144Hz when playing games, and the device can last us a whole day only charging it at night. It supports 33 watts wired fast charging, and charging takes around an hour to 20 minutes from 0% to 100. In case you're wondering guys, it has no support for wireless charging. We ran it through PCMark's battery test and the device got 19 hours and 31 minutes. Meanwhile, in our standard video loop test, it yielded 22 hours and 15 minutes, which doesn't seem bad at all. When it comes to cameras, the Mi 10T Pro comes with a triple rear setup consisting of a 108 megapixel main, a 13 megapixel ultra-wide, and a 5 megapixel macro lens. It also comes with a 30x digital zoom, while for selfies, we get a 20 megapixel front camera. For camera features alone, you'd get tons of it. There's Pro, HDR, Portrait, Google Lens, and Movie Frame to name a few. You can even customize the camera's interface colors and layout and save images in HEIF or high efficiency image file format, which is nifty. Images produced on the rear cameras are excellent, but it's not perfect. You get a wide dynamic range with a significant number of details. We like that the color reproduction didn't come out too saturated, even though we used its AI feature as it gives us more control over post-processing. Other than that, the shots look crisp and clear, though as you can see, some of them tends to lose shadow, especially when shooting in a backlit environment. The same can be said for the ultra-wide angle lens. Macro shots also look clear, though there's a little distortion going on. The 30x digital zoom is a fun feature to have, but shots are more often than not plainly unusable. They look washed out and soft, and you'd barely see any details. We think that Huawei still holds the crown for having the best camera smartphone zoom. The 108 megapixel lens, on the other hand, produced crisp photos. However, if you're going to ask us if it's a gimmick, we think it is. Unless you're very detailed oriented, indeed it does preserve a lot of details, especially when you zoom in. That's where you see its magic, but that's pretty much it. Nonetheless, it's all a great feature to have and would probably be useful if you're going to print your photos in a huge tarpaulin or whatnot. Quite honestly, no matter how much you increase the camera resolution, it doesn't guarantee that it would look as crisp and clear once it's uploaded to your social media. So yeah. And for the low light shots, they're subpar. As you can see from these two photos without and with the night mode on, the lights are evidently blown out and noisy. We also get the same results in these shots. Perhaps the night mode could be improved in future updates. We'll see. Selfies, on the other hand, look great. The natural skin tone is retained, and we like that it doesn't go overboard with the beauty mode on. The portrait mode also has an excellent background to subject separation, and you could even play with the aperture and blur style afterward. Now for videos, it can shoot up to 8K at 24 frames per second and 4K at 60 frames per second. As for the front camera, you can shoot up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. I must say, the 8K video quality is impressive and comes with a tremendous dynamic range. Most users would appreciate it once they view it on a 4K or 1080p display. However, you cannot use the ultra-wide lens and the ultra-steady mode while shooting in 8K. The 4K video quality is excellent as well, and you can use the ultra-wide lens on this one. The ultra-steady mode unfortunately only works at 1080p. Moreover, it comes with tons of vlog-centric features. It comes with a vlog feature that helps you create those cool intros with sleek transitions. It also comes with a quirky front and back feature, which is quite similar to Nokia's Bothy feature that uses a split-screen format to capture photos or videos through the phone's front and rear camera simultaneously. But with this one, you can change the position while recording. You may also add a movie frame to make your clips look cinematic. We're sure that many content creators would love the video offerings of this phone. For our final thoughts, we think Xiaomi has been breaking the norm by continuously and consistently manufacturing smartphones with flagship specs that you can get for less. With this Mi 10T Pro 5G, you're genuinely getting more for its price of 24,990 pesos. It's definitely a steal. You're already getting a 144Hz refresh rate display, a powerful processor, impressive photo and video quality with tons of features, and great battery life. Plus, it's 5G ready. So if you want to own your first affordable flagship 5G device, then the Mi 10T Pro 5G is the best one you can get today. And that's a wrap for this review. How about you guys? What do you think of this Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit YugaTech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay at home.